Record.
Welcome, everyone. This is Glenda Dawson, and you're watching channeled messages from the councils, whether it's the Council of Nine, Council of Light, the original council, period, et cetera, and other light beings. Every week, we come to you with coordinates, um, and it takes us places so we can try to remember to get the remembrance, the spark that each one of us needs to continue doing things, to continue remembering who we are, to continue to remember our gifts, and bring them out into light. And also to remember exactly who we're meant to be and what our path is. So each week we bring whatever they give us. So we channeled not only the coordinates, but we also channeled the messages and the places that we go to. Um, may not always be the exact same place, but each one of us gets what we need. So, and Leaf could have a place that she is helping send energy to the place that I'm in, or vice versa, and Jazz could be someplace else. But we normally do arrive at the same place, but not necessarily all the time. Also, if you've never done this, you just either surrender and go and learn to just go with us, or you set the intention to go with us. And wherever we go, you will then see basically the same things we do and experience the same things. Uh, so if you do have any questions, I want you to send them in an email. So you could always go to my website, glendasmagicalcreations.com, and press the contact button, and you could send me any questions or even your experiences. We love to hear your experiences as well. So if you're coming with us, just close your eyes, take a nice deep breath, nice cleansing breath. The next breath, I wanted you to breathe in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And take one more deep breath just to settle in and be. Now, I understand that someone here has coordinates already. Jazz, is it?
17,
Mhm.
26, 3, 2, tangerine. 17, 26, 3, 2, tangerine.
And just set the intention again to go to those coordinates. And I want to say that where I am most likely is not the same place that others arrive, but for me, I am in a, yeah, it's got to be a different planet, but I am not quite sure. But I do see a lot of dragons and all different sizes flying all over the place on on the ground. Some are small enough that they're kind of on branches, different trees. Now the trees look very different than they look right now as we know it on Earth. So this could be a different timeline. And I am just walking in, and at the very top in the sky, there's like a beautiful, beautiful rainbow, a very brilliant rainbow. And you can see that some of these dragons fly up there and enough that they actually are flying within the certain color. It's like a game, it's like a slide, I guess, something to help them train to um, navigate flying a little better. So that's what I'm experiencing at this very moment. I'm just looking at all the different colors of the dragons. I'm looking at the elders. There's a few elder dragons that are slowly approaching, but they have not said anything yet. So I'm waiting to communicate with them at this very moment. So if anybody else has any a different experience, please share it while I'll wait for the elders to come towards me.
Similar experience, but mine started with a very unique vibration. Um, I could feel it in my temples. I could feel it in my shoulders, body. Um, I think it is a different timeline. Um, you don't usually experience that first, um, except with a timeline shift. So,
Mm-hmm.
the sky's very interesting too. Um, in addition to the rainbow, I see a lot of purple hues throughout it, almost like the purple or the clouds that we would think of in on Earth.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
It's just a beautiful experience, and it's kind of like, oh, okay.
You stayed out there.
Sort of similar, but different experience. There's a huge tree. I mean, really is huge enough to have a spiral staircase around the outer thing leading up to the branches. That's mostly for us human folk, or human type folk. And then there's a huge curly shoot, that goes around and round in spirals as you slide down.
Mm-hmm.
But and so the young dragons hold on to the side edges and practice gliding in a spiral pattern, with their wings kind of spread out. It's kind of cool to watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just it's definitely now that you mention it, Jazz, it is definitely a different timeline. To my right, I'm seeing hmm, it's like a lake, shaped like a lake. It has liquid, but I know it's not water because it's darker and it's bubbly. Um, so some type of maybe water for them, for the dragons, but definitely not the water that we experience today. Um,
Unicorn, honey. It's just telling you what I hear, not. Okay.
okay, all righty then. So it's definitely interesting. And it's it's just in awe because it's the some of these dragons are immensely big. Uh, that I mean, they actually I see them a lot bigger than I have ever witnessed them with my third eye. These are very ancient, very big, very powerful dragons. The elders did arrive, and they sat, best way I can say, they're around me. Let's just say that. They're stationary around me, kind of like in a protective circle, but they're talking to me in their own way. Um, each one of them, as I turn to each one, each has something to give me. And so I extend out my hand and something appears here. Um, they're all the same size of box. They're almost the same color of box. Um, but each one of them does have a note on the top, which is a little different. And each one of them does have something different inside. The box is just a container, from what I could understand, but each different present. Um, something could be small like a ring, and then something could be as large as the Empire State Building in New York. So, but they somehow make it into that little space um, of a box. Because the box looks actually like a ring box. So, um, hmm.
The white Pegasus too.
Mm, yeah, everything is so interesting and it's just amazing. Just amazing. I'm still in awe here, so I'm kind of like la 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 la. Ah,
The trees, the wood, you always tell us to look at all the details.
uh-huh.
Um, the wood is spongy to add another layer of intrigue. And you kind of sit there and think, okay, if the tree's bark is spongy, how is it supporting these dragons? I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
but it does. Um,
Mm-hmm.
mm, it its roots go out to the unicorn hunting. And it's really interesting. The unicorn honey is um, food,
Mm-hmm.
for lack of a better descriptor. And it feeds the trees, it feeds the dragons, and it feeds the land around it. And for anybody who's listening, no unicorns were destroyed to make the unicorn honey. Just a little disclaimer there. How it's made, I don't know. It just is. Um, that's something we all kind of just accept that there are some things we can't explain on these things, these adventures, these journeys.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the tree also filters the surrounding atmosphere and makes the air always balanced for the dragons. Their air demand is a little different than ours. And the trees do that so that the dragons stay healthy.
Mhm. Mhm. Oh,
And the leaves have kind of a silvery shine to them.
mhm.
Um, the whole one could call it a magical world, but it is a real world, not to be negated with a fantasy world. Um, but the images mm, allow us to see it in comfort. It may not be exactly the way we're perceiving it.
Mhm.
And the dragons have a verbal message for you as well.
Okay. Are they giving it through you or?
Um, I was just pausing myself. Na shi gano go to ne mi ni ne nu shutu kashu kashu re mia re mia janyu cha padki kani daba tu ne mi ni ne nu shutu guai guai ye jumi techucha mat karasi be tomi dojanik nasha ichichucha nejuma nejuma nejuma.
Thank you.
Mhm.
So by the way, for those who are wondering what am I doing with the gifts, I'm putting them in a box to take with me. They don't want me to open them there. They want me to open them when I'm by myself. Um, so they have, because there's a story that goes with it. So they did allow me to open one up, and it was a energetic ring that went around me, up and down. It's kind of like a scanner, and it scanned any place that needed to be worked on and kind of pointed it out, marked it in some way or another. And it included all of the bodies. And when I mean all of the bodies, I mean just not just the physical, but also the mental, the emotional, the spiritual, the energetic body, etc. The it scans all of the connections that you may have, or the connection channel that you may have. Um, and it slowly kind of points out or does a highlighter or something to mark wherever it is that you need uh, extra work done on at that point. Uh, and they're basically saying that the reason they gave me that is because at this very moment, sometimes there's so much energy out there that doesn't belong to you, but it follows you. Whenever you go to a store, you're bombarded by it. You go to a hospital, anywhere, and you have a lot of excess energy that doesn't belong to you, and this is a way to know real quick to scan and see if any energy is still within your field that it needs to be managed. It's an easier way for me to do it without using um, my own way of doing things. It's a way that one of the tools I am going to need in the future, for sure. According to them, they see the future, so they'll be able to tell. Now, for me, one of the elders is now kind of encouraged me to get on their back by their neck. And they started to fly. So they're flying me around. They're going to take me to a special destination or a destination, different destination. And very interesting place from up there too. And that rainbow, it looks like it's actually going inside the earth and coming out from the other side, and you could almost see the full circle of the rainbow instead of the U that usually you see, or half a circle. I know for those that are like a little joke, no, I didn't find any gold at the end of that rainbow, but it does come right into the earth, which is very interesting. It's definitely its roots are in the earth. Anyone else experiencing anything else while I'm flying around?
The dragons have a school of sorts, not only to train the young dragons, but they teach beings from other dimensions, other galaxies, whatever, timelines, the ancient wisdoms. And it's a non-traditional school, as you can imagine. Open air versus a traditional box that you walk into. The training takes centuries because there's so much wisdom there. And yet, when you quote unquote graduate, it's as if minutes passed when you go back to your own dimension or wherever you came from. And yet you carry back with you insights and knowledge and wonder that can renew whole planets if allowed. So it's a very interesting concept of teaching, of absorbing, no paper pencil tests. It's more, they can read you. They know what you know and what you don't know. And they teach you. They strip away the BS that you may carry, and they plant in you pure lines of but I want to taste the unicorn. I'm sorry. But it's not allowed. Mhm. Okay. It's not allowed because it would be too potent. It's not. It's protective. It's not.
Right.
Darn it anyway. The unicorn essence is in it, but it's
Mhm.
done spiritually.
Mhm.
So no unicorn has been hurt to render this.
Exactly. Exactly.
But the spirit of the unicorn is in it. And I think that's one of the reasons why we're prohibited from drinking it, because it would impart um, an eternal lifespan that's
Mhm.
different than just what the soul experiences.
Right.
I still want to taste it. No. Um,
Mm.
I'm trying to absorb some of the vegetation, or visually absorb some of the vegetation. The trees
Mhm.
are huge and immense. I mean, you can imagine the dragons are multiple story buildings high
Mhm.
themselves, and the
Mhm.
trees, most of the trees are a good match. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Um, and their canopy seemingly goes on for miles, because you need that in order to be able to support the weight of the dragons.
Mhm.
Even the baby ones, they're kind of hefty in
Mhm.
weight. Um, but the place is truly magical. Um, the underbrush that's there is soft. Um, it has it. It has its own unique life. Not Yes, plants are living, but these plants can talk. These plants um, can add to your awareness.
Mhm.
Um, but I'm having a hard time describing their physicality.
Mhm. Hence why I just left it as another time period.
Okay, so I'm foolish enough to step in the trap. Anyway, um,
That's okay. One of us had to do it, so might as well be you.
thank you.
You're welcome. Uh, now,
The,
uh-huh.
the ground is like jelly.
Mhm. And yet it supports the weight of the dragon.
Yep. It, um, it is a land of conundrums, because it takes any preconceived notion you might have and turn it upside down and inside out,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which is not a bad thing to do, because we get stuck in our assumptions and
Mm-hmm.
perceptions,
Mm-hmm.
and turning it upside down and inside out might be just what the dragon called for.
Mm-hmm. As I'm still flying around and they're showing me like the whole place. So that it's like really is a different planet. And I'm just or definitely a different timeline. So if it's Earth, it's a long time ago, Earth. And
Oh, sorry.
as I'm going around, the difference, total difference in things. Um, I didn't see one single building. So there's no buildings per se. Uh, Everybody gets shelter from the trees or the vegetation. Um, uh, you know, like limited vocabulary, but I could tell you like if they want to eat something, they just eat it. There's no sit down table type of thing, or none that I could see. Um, and some of these trees look like, even though they're huge, in comparison, it would be like a tree with a lot of birds in spring, where they all go to the branches and start nesting and stuff like that. And that's what it looks like. They're full of dragons, full of all different types of dragons. So it isn't just like one type or one family or one, just an array of everything. And, with the unicorn essence, it definitely gives it a whole other level of magical scenery, magical energy. Um, it's hard to explain. It really is. I do have a message coming in, and this person will watch this probably live. They usually don't plan to watch it live, but today they will do so. And they're watching right now. Please do not give up on yourself. They, I don't like to name names, so I'm not, because they know exactly who it is. But it is a woman, and they want you to remember that you're worth a lot more than what others say you're worth, and to accept your worth, to stand up straight, to know exactly who you are, to learn who you are, because you have never had a chance to. That you have been passed from basically one, I hate to say it this way, but this is the way they're saying it, one owner to another. You've never had a say as to even where you go. Stand up straight, stand up tall, get your courage back. You have it inside of you. Get that courage back and do whatever you need to do. And this may include leaving, this may include getting yourself on the road, this may include finding friends to couch surf for a while. This may be not exactly how you expect it, but it needs to get done because you're dying slowly. Your light is becoming dimmer and dimmer, and your light is necessary. It's a very necessary component for the world today and for the world to continue and maybe change to a better world. So your little light that is lighting right now needs to be brighter so people can actually see in the darkness. And your light is what brings their awareness to understand that not everything that they see or hear is reality, and that it helps them see the other side of things, and it helps them understand and discern what is real, what is BS, what is just fed, and what needs to get done. So again, stand up straight. Don't allow others' judgment keep you down. If they say there's such religious people, then the first thing they need to lose is the judgment. Remember that. They're just humans. They're not divine being. Just keep going, keep setting, keep planning, keep getting your ducks, putting them all in a row so you can get out of your situation. Okay.
And the dragons are extending to this person a very, 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 very special gift. They are extending a individual scale. This scale will bring you strength. It will bring you courage. And you will know what you need to do when you need to do it. And just hold the scale near your heart, and it will always guide you.
Mhm.
There's
Okay.
also there's
Mhm.
also there's also tree houses in these trees. They're a little bit hard to see because they're kind of camouflaged a bit. And they're for the people of whatever variety comes to visit. Um, visit, they visit and learn dragon lore, dragon wisdom, and that their homes are in these tree houses, and the tree house they're not real big, but everything the individual needs is there for whatever amount of time the individual is residing in the tree houses and learning dragon wisdom.
Mm.
A Japanese tea house.
Mm. There you go.
And they're in the trees because that's largely the perspective from which the dragons teach.
Mhm. Mm.
And the human like person gets used to viewing life from the perspective of the dragons rather than whatever perspective they grew up with.
Mhm.
Tree houses give them a chance to be somewhat more eye level with the dragons than they would be if they were on the ground surface.
Mhm.
And with that, can see a different perspective, a different dimension of reality because of that elevation. And even though they're grounded, they're not grounded in the same way that we think of. Um, their grounding runs through the tree and breathes with the tree. I don't know that I understand that, but that's what was said.
In our world, the leaves provide oxygen, so and we breathe the oxygen, so in a way we breathe the tree. Maybe it's something similar, maybe.
It's all very interesting. And some of it is told to us, but it's hard for us to explain it. Um, again, because our vocabulary is so limited, where they have an infinite paths and ways of expressing things. And they have names for things we never even heard of or seen or experienced and would never in our lifetime.
It's interesting that trees provide whatever kind of atmosphere the individual may need, which might be different than what the dragons typically need. So the tree can modify even just part of itself to create an atmosphere for the human-like live-in person, which might be very different than the requirements for the dragon to breathe.
Mm-hmm. Oof.
Kind of getting a nudge.
Yeah, that's why they were bringing me back down. Okay. All right, let's all take nice deep breaths. Give your gratitude to the dragons or the beings that were near you and had allowed you to see what you needed to see today. And thank yourself for allowing you to come to this place and participate in your own journey. And slowly start floating down. Slowly continue going down. And now take a deep breath. You're within your actual body, in your own environment. Continue just taking breaths so you could catch up with yourself and really allow the experience that you just had integrate with you. And I just want to thank everyone that was here today or who watch this later. Please remember that we do this every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. And if you wish, if it's done some good for you, let others have that opportunity and share to them. Like and subscribe. And again, we all thank you and we love you.